Yo, what's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? Triple B's is back once again in the haunted basement studio. And welcome and thank you for joining me today. And I'm hoping you're having a great day out there. And in this review, I am going to talk about the Northman. It's a 2022 American historic thriller film that is directed by Robert Eggers. All right, man. So this movie is gonna star Alexander Skarsgård as Amlet, and then Nicole Kidman plays his mom, with Ethan Hawke as his father, and then Claude Bang as his uncle, then Anna Taylor-Joy as a witch, along with William Dafoe is probably also a witch in this show. And this is such a great movie, and let's jump right into it. At a young age, Amlet's father returns after battle, being wounded, and he takes him into some sort of seance type room where they worship Odin. And in this room, they start acting like they are dogs, like they are wolves, and are eating and drinking like wolves and growling like wolves. Amit Fathers knows that he's going to die, and so he shows him this ritual that they're doing, and it cuts to like a tree of life where all the kings before were below him, and then it goes all the way up. And now that as they're walking out of the ritual, a bow and arrow gets shot and it hits Amit's father right in his chest, and it hits him again in the shoulder, and another one goes, but it misses Amet. As he goes and runs and hides, a cavalry of soldiers show up, and it's Veneer, and that's the uncle and the brother right here, and he ends up killing Ethan Hawke's character and decapitates him as Amlin watches and hides, and then he hears, "Get me the boy's head!" And so he fucking takes off running, and this guy catches up with him, but Amlin cuts his nose off, or he bites his nose off, is what he does, because he's like a wolf, and he takes off fucking, and he gets away, and the guy with a fucking no nose comes back, and he lies to Veneer, and he says, "Yo, I threw him in the lake and he drowned like a rock." Years later, Hamlet is now on a Viking crew where he is this causing havoc. They're like a bunch of pack wolves, and it shows them just going into villages and fucking just destroying them. They end up setting like this barn on fire with a bunch of people in it. It's pretty damn brutal. But then he gets back to what he's trying to do. He's gonna avenge his father and save his mother. And he's super fucking huge right now. And dude's like 6'5". Skarsgård's like 6'5", and reading a little bit more about this movie is that he wanted to do a Viking movie for a long time, and with him and Eggers producing it, this is what they got, and it's fucking pretty good. But the cinematography's pretty damn awesome. When they do these fight scenes, they do it all in one shot, and it works really damn well. And it's not throughout the whole movie, and I'm glad that it's not, because there's a way big story here in this movie, and the fight scenes when they do happen are pretty damn sweet. In this time that Amlet grew up, Veneer lost his kingdom and he moved to another location. So when Amlet finds this out, he heads off to go avenge his father's death. He brands himself as a slave so he can get to Veneer's land, and on his journey there, he meets up with Anna Taylor-Joy's character as Elga, and she is a Salvic sorceress from the birch forest. They are taken to Veneer's farm where Amlet is now realizing that his mother is fucking married to him and she has two kids. And so they are slaves there, and he's just laying low, and he's going to wreak havoc on the farm. That's what he wants. He wants to cause all sorts of fucking mischief and shit going down. One night, he's fucking at his little hut, and like he sees a coyote and he like can talk to him because like I said, he's kind of like a fucking wild animal. And he goes up and follows a coyote where he encounters a he witch. And earlier in this show, he encountered a witch that told him about his destiny, about the journey that he needs to go on, that the movie is. And now, um, this he witch has a decapitated head, and it's actually one of his old friends. But he tells him where to get the sword of death, and he has to go into hell to get it. And so he goes down into hell, and there's this fucking corpse there that's holding the sword. And when he goes and grabs it, it comes to life, and they have an awesome fucking epic fight. Pretty fucking sweet. Dug that. And then he ends up, getting up your hand, get the sword, and kills the fucking corpse again. But then he looks up, and the corpse is gone, and he sees himself right back where the corpse was sitting at the beginning, holding the sword. And then it fades away, and he gets the sword and gets out of there. A pretty fucking awesome scene, I would have to say. And so he hides his sword when he gets back to the farm. And the next day, he's invited to go play a game of like fucking rugby slash baseball type of game with a shot put. And it's against another farm. And it's a fucking violent ass game. And they're beating the shit out of each other. And at the very end, it's the Hamlet and this other big ass motherfucker from the other farm. And the kid goes running out onto the field where he gets hit by the other farm guy, and fucking Hamlet ends up like kind of saving him and beats the fuck out of him. I mean, there's blood going everywhere. They end up winning. Hamlet's rewarded to becoming the boss of all the slaves, and he gets to have a woman. And this whole time, him and Elga has been flirting, Anna Joy Taylor, and freaking, she's smoking hot in this fucking movie. And so you kind of already know that where he's going to go, or as an audience member, you're hoping that's where he's going to go. And so during that evening celebration, Hamlet and Elga do fuck. And then they discuss how they're going to join forces and take down Veneer together. And during the next couple of days, man, it goes crazy. Hamlet like kills all these people in gruesome ways, and then Elga's like, "Let's go, let's go." She's got this potion of hallucinogens that she wants to give to everybody, and Hamlet's like, "Just wait one more day," and then finally the day comes. Hamlet goes to his mother, and he reveals that he is her son, and she's just like, tells him this crazy story. She's like, I was a slave to your father, and he raped me. And I set up this whole plan for Veneer to kill your father and kill you because I didn't want no part of you guys. And Veneer is a real king, not your father. And then she tries to seduce him, and for a moment it works, but then Hamlet gets so mad and enraged, he kills her. And earlier, he already killed the older son and stole his heart. The younger son comes running in and he kills him too. And then, right then and there, Veneer walks in and he looks down and he sees his dead wife and he sees his dead younger son, and he's holding his sword, and he goes ahead and he puts his sword away, and he grabs his son and puts him over his shoulder and drags his wife behind him, and he looks back at Hamlet and says, meet me at Hell's Gate. Meanwhile, back at the farm, Elga is giving her hallucinogens to all the other soldiers out there, and they start fucking going crazy where they're killing themselves. During the fight that Admir had with his mother, he got stabbed a bunch of times in his neck, and it is his blood gushing out of his shirt. It's covered in red. There's a scene now where he cuts away and he's talking with Elga, and they're on at these hot springs, and he's in the hot spring, and she walks around to him, and then she drops naked and she gets in the hot spring and walks down. You don't see her front, but you see her back and her ass and everything. And for that shot of this movie, it went up a couple rankings for me in this video. So now let's get back to the story. All right, man. So we're getting down to the end of it. So Hamlet got Elga pregnant, and she's gonna have twins. he knows this because she got a cut in her arm, and then he goes like to lick her cut, and he tastes her blood, and then he sees that family tree, the life tree with all the other kings, and they go start here, and they go up, and they go up, and they go up, and at the very top, there's two kings, and it's his twins. And then Elga's like, please come with me, but his revenge to kill um his his uncle is fucking overraging. So you know right now that like either he can go and be with Elga and be king, and or else he can go fight, which he's probably not gonna win, or he's gonna win, or they're both gonna die. So he chooses to go fight and sends his queen off, and make sure that she doesn't jump off the fucking boat this time, and that uh, she makes it safe. He makes it to Hell's Gate, where him and Veneer have a fucking showdown. It's fucking like in lava, black and like red and black. Really fucking sweet. They're fighting naked. You don't see no dongs or anything like that, thank God. But they are fighting naked, and it's fucking pretty damn good scene. The very end is um, Veneer stabs Hamlet like in the heart at the same time. Hamlet swung his fucking death sword around and decapitates Veneer, and his head goes flying off. And so they both die. And that's the end credits scene. So that was the Northman. All right, man. My final thoughts on the Northman was fucking pretty damn good movie. Actually slept on it too, and got a little more perspective on it the very next day. And yeah, fucking Alexander Skarsgård kills it. He's a fucking beast. Huge rip, fucking way good actor, and how he portrayed his character like was really fucking damn good. And Anna Taylor Joy was fucking a joy to watch. Fucking very, very pretty girl, and a damn good actress, I might have to say. And overall, fucking great movie. Love it. My ranking of this movie is, even when I started this last little segment, I wasn't sure where I was gonna go with it. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10. And woo! That means I love this movie. This movie is fucking awesome. So if you guys haven't seen The Northman, uh, what are you waiting for? I don't know why I waited so long. It was a Robert Eggers film. Come on, The Witch, The Lighthouse. So hell yeah. Um, Thank you all for joining me in the Haunted Basement Studio. And Triple B's is out. And guess what? You motherfuckers, keep it whore. Laters.